Look, I just want to say thanks, ladies, for helping me out today with the interview. I guess the idea is to give brides that see this an idea of what's involved in booking an events company, and yeah, just get a bit of a feel for, I guess, costing, what people have to look at before they book you, how early they have to book, what sort of services you provide. So maybe we will start with a little introduction.
Yep.
So Jean?
Yes, Jean. Jean, Amy.
From GG Events.
From GG Events.
Right, and you guys are up at Tuggerah and Tuggerah Business Park.
Yeah.
Is it called the Business Park? Near the Business Park.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So with when brides come to see you, ladies, how far out from the wedding does that happen?
$1 million question, really.
Oh, lately's been a bit kind of closer to the date that we would prefer, but yeah, normally probably about sometimes 12 months out, 12 to 6 months, depending on their actual event date. Obviously, peak wedding season, they need to get in probably 12 months prior to get that booking with us.
So if they leave it too late, it means they have less options, or they can't have you at all, or how does that work?
Both.
Possibly.
Both,
really, for staffing wise, obviously, the quicker they book us, the more opportunity they have to get a slot, because we can do, I would say, maximum 7 weddings a weekend. Obviously, again, depending on staff and stock availability. So the earlier you get in and book with us, obviously, the earlier you can have both us and the stock that's available. Sure.
Okay. So look, for people that don't know what you guys do, what do you actually provide? What is the service when you book an event decorator?
Yep. I guess we go through firstly what theme or style they're after. You know, there's obviously a lot in between, but we'll have a couple of appointments with the brides to go through any ideas or magazine clippings and all that sort of stuff.
Colour themes, palettes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then once the day's here, we're packing the van, out the door, running around, doing the whole lot from kind of top to bottom. And then we will also go in the next day and pack everything down. So that's sort of what we do in a nutshell.
Sure.
But obviously there's a lot in between to get to that point. Yeah.
So when the girls come to see, do they come with their partners, or mainly just the girls and their mum or bridesmaid? Or
all of the above. some days we have the dads, the brothers, you name it, in the studio, which is quite fun because everyone, the more the merrier. But again, that's a lot more, you know.
Quite often they don't want to be here either.
Yeah,
they're doing their duties.
They just want to know how much it will cost them. So.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Typical dad thing.
So normally the couple, the bride and maybe her mum would come in, but we do have enough room in the studio for the in-laws if they do want to go down that path. Again though, the more people here, the more opinions that are getting thrown around, so we generally recommend, you know, keeping it to a minimum.
Okay. So that first phone call when the girls say they want to have an event decorator or have GG events do their wedding, do they need to, is it first just booking a date, or they need to have theme ideas, colours? What do they have to have before they have that first appointment?
Yeah, definitely have the date and venue we recommend. We can't do anything unless we know where it is, obviously. So that's the first thing. Once you're booked in with your venue, and once you have more an idea of the colours you're using, so whether your attendants are dressed in a colour or there's a particular colour scheme or style that appeals, then that's the best place to move forward. We do get a few people that don't really have an idea, and we can sit down, speak to them, get an idea of their style, their personal style and personality, and steer them in a direction that we feel would work for their wedding day as well. So,
and I guess we hope to achieve within that first appointment, they'll come in and you'll say or ask, okay, what is the style you're looking for? And they might go, country, we want hay bales, we want this or that, or you know, country, real classy. And at the end of the appointment, once we put together some ideas, we always say, now we really think that fits what you first came in and sat down and asked for. So that's the aim of the first appointment, I guess.
So if they've got a general idea of the theme that they're looking for, then you can sort of direct them a little bit or steer them around products that they're going to fit that theme.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. Okay, sorry Amy, so you're saying, so once the couple have got their theme or an idea of colours and a date and a venue, that they're good to go as far as event styling goes?
Yeah, pretty much. It's basically that first appointment. They come in, they pinpoint their style, and we can go from there. They may change a few things in the lead up to the wedding day. It always happens. They might feel that, you know, they've picked a very rustic theme, but they want to incorporate something a little bit more glamorous to it. That's an option we can always go down, but that first appointment generally pinpoints what they want, and from there we can move forward and create exactly the vision they're after for their day.
Okay. So just so I've got a clearer idea, because I'm not exactly sure, what is it that you guys actually provide? Like, is it chair covers? Is it table settings? What is it?
Yep, lots. Yeah, we've got lots of things. We try and be a bit crafty and create a few things ourselves as well that's different out there. But generally, the bulk of it, I guess, chair covers, sashes, table centerpieces, which include various vases, candelabra, you know, vintage rustic style timber boxes, all that sort of stuff. We've got furnishings like cocktail setting, like white lounges, ottomans, cafe tables, things like that. What else we do? Backdrops, ceiling drapes, various lighting as well throughout the ceiling. What else have I forgotten?
I guess from there as well, we have the opportunity, depending on the budget and the client, to custom make or custom style their wedding. So if there's particular things that the client would like to be brought in, like Jean did a wedding end of last year that had Brussels sprouts and moss balls, and it was a very unique, customised wedding.
Sounds a bit different, but it was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
Brussels sprouts.
It was beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
We really like the talking point things, and that was such a talking point. We had photos of men going over kissing these Brussels sprout towers that we made. And that just makes us feel so good for that result, because everyone's totally enjoyed it, and there's a talking point, and it's not same old, same old.
Yeah.
And
I think
what we love.
That's the key. We do have all the stock that you could possibly want for a wedding day, but if there is those few special things that you can't find anywhere and other stylists can't provide, you can't find it yourself, then come to us, because we love making or creating things like that for sure.
Okay. So basically, when I turn up with the bridal party after the photo shoot and we walk into a reception room, whether it's a surf club or a a hall or a marquee, basically everything we're looking at is what you guys have created.
Yeah,
from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone walks in and goes, "Wow."
Yes.
That's you guys.
A little bit of pressure.
Okay.
But we love it. It's that part, even when the brides come in and you're still doing the final touches. So they've just had their ceremony, they'll quickly have a look at the reception, then go off and do their photos, which happens quite a lot. That's like, you just hang out for that moment.
That validates the work that you put into it. Because at that point, the bride walks in looking stunning and we're sweaty and everywhere.
Aching from head to toe.
We don't look very pretty, but that's when we love our job the most.
So it's not all glamour.
Oh no, not at all. Which leads us, I guess, to sort of putting the point across that labour is so huge on the day. People do think, oh, I can do it myself, and it'll be, you know, an hour or two, and it's definitely worth getting us in to do it for you. It's a lot of effort, isn't it?
Yeah.
So just quickly on that last one, I mean, I know from when I come into the room when you girls are either finished or just finishing with the bride, like they're gobsmacked when they come in, and I mean, often you probably don't even get to see that sometimes. And I mean, that is an awesome moment. And then even if you don't see it, then they're talking about it later. So I hope you hear a lot of that.
We get feedback. We do get feedback. We have a few special brides. I mean, all of our brides, of course, are special. But there's one or two that keep in contact, that post us images, that just love what we do. Especially the ones that we do that little bit more of a unique style for. And they're always coming back to us going, "You just captured it," because they hadn't seen it anywhere else. So we managed to give them what they wanted.